Hi guys! Well, another video. Well, I was thinking I have so much to say, so I should probably make some more videos. I don't know if anybody watches, but that's okay. One thing, an update on my beauty update I did the other day. I showed you the Stila black eyeliner and also in Stingray and also in Damsel underneath. And I was experimenting to see how well it worked. Well, it did smear. It didn't smear on the top of the eyelids and it didn't transfer, but it did smear around here like I like to make a wing. And the wing ended up like around making little C's. I didn't even know till I was driving home from work and I looked in my rear view mirror and I'm like, oh, it's all smeary. I guess if I looked during the day at work, that might be a good idea. I probably looked really weird. I try to save money and not buy that Lancome art liner. But you know, every time I try to save money on something, I end up spending more money, and I should have just bought the original in the first place. That's happened so many times. I should just buy the Lancome art liner for $30.50. It's so expensive. Or I ordered more of those two Stila eyeliners because they were on sale at my JCPenney Sephora for instead of 22 they were 15 something. So I ordered more and I already have some, so just use it up, I guess. I don't know. Or I have MAC fluid lines that I never use. I should use those too. It doesn't matter. Makeup is not a big deal anymore, which is a good thing. I mean, I still enjoy it, but I don't like to spend all my money on it anymore because it's really expensive. And like I said, it gets old and it's kind of a waste for me. Today is my Friday and I don't work on Friday, so I'm super excited. My weekend is started and I'm getting my hair cut today and I'm super excited. I want it really short because I hate it when my hair grows out, even though it's pretty. I like the color and I like the style, but I can't stand it when my hair grows out. It's too long. I also wanted to say that I didn't make a video on some serious issues going on in the world. Like, I don't want to ignore that there's really horrible things going on in the world, and I do pay a lot of attention as much as I can without making myself miserable. And I keep up to date with the CNN news anyway, which isn't the best news, but it's something. And there's just a lot of awful things, and I just want to acknowledge that. In February 14th on Valentine's Day was that horrible shooting in Florida, and I really want to acknowledge the high school students that are speaking out for gun control. They're amazing. They're really amazing, and I really think they're great. And I don't like to talk about too much controversial stuff on YouTube because I don't want hateful comments at all. I don't want any hate. I don't need it. I don't want it. But the United States can be a much better place, especially than it is right now, and with our current administration. And I just want to acknowledge that. It's really important. It's much more important than beauty or my body fat. Although health and fitness is really important because it's life. I mean, if I don't have health and fitness, I can't live my life. That's pretty important. And I'm still struggling. Today I was doing walking lunges at the gym with just a little 20-pound bar on my back. And I was so struggling with my heart rate after each little lap I was doing. And I never used to struggle. Never. I never used to carry weights, but I never struggled. You know, it's scary. It's difficult. It's challenging. The good news is once I rest for a few seconds, like my heart rate goes back down. So I think that's good. It's not like it takes forever and I can't get my heart rate down. My heart rate goes down pretty quick. And I think that's a good sign, but it's just this extra weight I'm carrying. It's so frustrating. I had fun at the gym today. I didn't want to go. I just wanted to sleep in, and I didn't want to go, but I did, and I had some fun. I joined in on some dudes doing some stretches first, and that was really fun. I love looking around the gym and seeing who's doing what and joining in on stuff when people are okay with that. And doing new things and including, new activities. So that was really cool. And then I switched my schedule around this week. So I did leg day today instead of my usual Monday, which is actually Sunday night. And so I did some legs, and there was a young woman I know, and she was doing squats right next to me in a squat rack, and I was doing squats, and she's a lot younger. She's in her 20s, and she was starting to put some weight on the bar, and I was like, I'm going to keep up with her. So I started, even though I wanted to wimp out and not put on very much weight, but I'm like, well, I got to do what she's doing at least, and because I'm competitive like that. And she had 25-pound plates on each side, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then she put on 35, and I'm like, okay, I'll do. Then she put on 45. So I told her, I said, I'm keeping up with you. She thought that was funny, but it was true. I wanted to keep up with her, and I did. So I ended up putting 45-pound plates. I worked myself up to 45-pound plates. So I did 135, which isn't that great, but for me it's good these days. So and I only did 3 squats, but I was really proud of myself. And so it's fun. It's fun to just do things with other people and keep up and challenge myself, even though I don't want to. I did a few more leg things, and then a couple ab things, and then went on the treadmill just a little bit with the dudes again from the beginning of the workout. So, but they stayed on a lot longer than I did, and they were doing a lot harder treadmill, higher incline than I was, but oh well. But I really need to get my cardio in shape. Because it is kind of life or death. I need to do something different. My carb addiction is just huge, and I ate all my carb goodie snacks like rice cakes and rice cereal, and now I want to go get some more, but I know it's not good for me. Friday is my food prep day, so I was prepping my main protein for the week, but I don't feel like putting together my meals. I'm just bleh. I've been putting together meals one day a week for the whole week for 10 years now. It gets old sometimes. I'm like, I do not want a meal prep today. Even though it helps. I will throughout the weekend. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. So, there's important things going on in the world, and I really wanted to acknowledge that. So I have some ideas for videos. One is, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I don't have TV. I just watch YouTube all day long and all night long, really, 24 hours a day. And so I click around and see what's out there. And people have some good videos that I enjoy watching. So I was watching a video this morning, and someone was talking about why they're no longer a vegan. And, I think that's fine. People can do whatever they want. But she was talking about being into fitness and how she couldn't do that without adding some animal products, egg whites and stuff, which I understand because I tried that too last year. I thought I needed egg whites, and I tried it for a little while, but I didn't. I lost my stomach for it, and went back to full vegan. So I thought maybe people might want to know what I ate as a vegan bodybuilder, because I did my entire prep last year solid vegan, like for my first time ever, and I had a great successful prep. And I did a bunch of things different, but I learned that it could be done, and it's harder. I think it's harder to do vegan prep. At least it was for me, because I was doing counting my macros, which was new to me also, but vegan protein has more carbs, so I ended up eating a lot less, and that's hard. That's hard. So that made it a lot harder, but I found enough protein in lentils, which has too many carbs, tempeh, tofu, although tofu kept my fat stores on, so at some point I had to kind of really weed that out. Rice protein powder, which is the only protein powder vegan that tastes okay to me and that I can stomach. I think that's about it, but it's possible. You can do it doing fitness activities, but it does change things. So I could do a video on that at some point. The other video I was thinking of doing, which is kind of TMI, too much information, is pre-menopause. Like, I'm 54 years old, and no one talks about it, but things change hormonally a lot over the years, and I have my own experience with hormonal changes, and I know other people can relate out there, because I talk to other women, things come up and I'm like, oh yeah, I can relate to that, and we're like, really? Yeah, really. And we can totally relate. So I think I should do a video on that, even though it's kind of a subject, but I think I might do a video on that as well. And that's a couple of ideas I had. So let me know what you think, or any other ideas you have. And any other ideas I have. So I'm looking forward to my weekend, even though I really don't have all that many plans, except for my haircut and doggy walks and my running group. And then I heard it's supposed to be like 60 something degrees on Sunday, beautiful sunny day. And usually I have a weird life schedule. I go to bed super early, I wake up in the evening and go to the gym. And so my mornings are late at night, and then I go to bed really early again. So I miss like the day. So I'm deciding whether to change my schedule or not. But then I'd have to change when I work out, and I really like when I work out, and I like the people. I work out at like 9 at night, so like hardly anybody's there, and the only people there are really into it, and they're super nice, and there's nobody there, so you have the whole gym to yourself. So that's, or I get off work early, so I could work out after work, although that's a crappy time during the day. I don't like to be around the regular gym population, really. I like my group of hardcore people. Although I'm happy, people go to the gym. But then everybody's there. You don't get the whole gym. It's hard to move around. I don't know. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what to do with my life lately. Since my dad died this year, kind of trying to figure out my life and myself, and it's a weird transition of identity and life. I mean, I could do nothing and just keep everything the same, or I could change stuff if I wanted, which is scary but exciting. And then there's guys. That's another video subject. Guys. My story with guys. I guess that could be a video. There isn't any story at the current time, and there hasn't been for a long time, but that's a story in and of itself. So there's plenty to talk about. I don't know why I'm talking this morning, but I want to be in solidarity with those Parkland High School kids. They're doing great, and the whole struggle. And for sanity, peace, and love in the world. And there's a lot to speak up for. But I don't want hate on YouTube, so I really am not into speaking up too much on YouTube. Because I don't want the hate. But in my regular life, I speak up. And so that's it for this morning. I'll talk to you soon.